by the time you see this video, you will know that Colin Gray has been found guilty on all charges, 29 counts, including second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and cruelty to children. A jury found him guilty on everything. I told you I would give you a timeline. I think it is important. If you are a parent, I want you to watch these videos. It's crucial. I think this is good for education and awareness. And we are in a new generation, and we are now holding parents accountable for these school shootings and for these school shooters. And I think in situations like this, hopefully it can prevent these from happening in the future, because this man right here had full responsibility of his child and ignored every red flag. When we lay this timeline out for you, you're going to be in shock. Your jaw will be on the floor by the end of it. So like, share, comment, follow, save the videos for later. It's probably going to take a couple videos to get all the information out there, but let's rip, let's rock. Side note, this is the third person to ever in our history be held accountable as a parent for the crimes of their children. The only other two are the Crumbly family, and this is James and Jennifer Crumbly. They were also sentenced 10 to 15 years each for what Ethan Crumbly did. If you want a video breakdown of what happened with them and their son, let me know. We can do that another day. Colt Gray starts showing signs that he's not doing well as early as first grade, and this is as far back of a record that the prosecution is able to bring up and provide. So in first grade, Colt was given an IEP. He was given this IEP for behavioral issues with aggression with his peers, with his teachers. He had been kicking, he had been punching people, he was hurting other people, not just other students, but teachers as well. He was very hostile, and this was happening 2 to 3 times a day, every day in first grade. So as far back as first grade. By the time he gets to second grade, it's starting to evolve. Second grade teacher he has issues with. And this teacher ends up emailing both Marcy and Colin. Marcy is Colt's mother, right? Emails Marcy 6 different times, and then emails Colin, the father, 13 times about Colt. On the stand during this, Colin had lied. It was like, I don't really remember any of this. Like, you had 13 emails from a teacher when your kid was in second grade and you don't remember. I can tell you every time I've ever gotten a message from a teacher about anything regarding my kids, and I could tell you every single different teacher who has ever had to message me, positive or not positive, because it doesn't happen that often. But trust me, these are things you remember as a parent. So she had noted to them he has anger issues and he's destroying property. So this is in second grade. The kid is acting out, he's being hostile, he's being violent towards other children, to the teachers, and he's destroying property. He's literally breaking things around him, and he's as young as 7, 8 years old. We'll get to this in a minute. Fourth grade, there's nothing really mentioned because COVID happened, schools get shut down, right? So no paper trail, no record, nothing being reported. Fifth grade, 2020, 2021, he's in virtual school, right? And if you remember, some kids went back to school, some schools opened, some didn't, some it was like a little bit of both. So it was a weird time for everyone. But sixth grade, fall 2021, on August 20th, while Colt is in school, he is searching search words abuse and how to kill your dad. This kid is 11 years old. He's 11 and he's searching these things while he's in school. Now, conveniently enough, his dad takes a job somewhere, not where they are, where they're living. And in October, he moves October 21st. So November 21st to January 22nd, the kids are no longer in school at where they were attending, and now they haven't been enrolled into a new school, conveniently enough. Right after we find out he's searching these things, and the dad is being made aware that he's searching these things online. So we flash forward a little bit, and DCFS gets a referral to the family in the new town that they're living in. February 8th, they get back, they enroll, and then he ends up finishing sixth grade at a new school. And on March 10th, 2022, he gets ISS for drawing Nazi and swastika symbols. Colin, mom, they're made aware of it, but Colin is made aware of all of these things. And here is one of the ISSS notes. Colin says that he didn't know about it. Okay. And now at this point, Colt is 12. So he's 12 years old. We're tail ending sixth grade, 2022. 19 days later, same school, same year, he gets another ISSS, in school suspension. You guys can pause to read. Colin on the stand talked about how he didn't know about really any of this. He wasn't even alarmed, even if he did know, even though he says he wasn't informed. He wasn't informed. But he does say that at home, Colt was a good kid and he wasn't like reflecting any of the things he was doing in school. So like the swastikas, the fighting, the destroying things, he didn't know about any of it. So this picture here, seventh grade, fall 2022, year 2023. So we're going into seventh grade year. He's 12 years old. He's now defacing the bathrooms in school, destroying property. Okay. Mom gets into a fight with the landlord. Mom ends up losing. This is when Colin like gets custody of the kids at this time, I'm pretty sure, because she goes to rehab. There's a lot that happens and the kids get uprooted. He gets the call. He goes, picks them up, and now they are with the dad and only the dad moving forward in our timeline. We get to December 2022, and Colin decides for Christmas he's going to get little 12-year-old Colt an assault rifle because he had been doing so good. He says, well, he was doing good. I was proud of him. And I don't know why. I don't know what behavior, but in his mind, he was doing so well that he wanted to, reward him for it for Christmas and get him this weapon that really shows, in my opinion, if you have boys or kids at all, you 12 years old is a little young, but it would be something maybe you would gift them if you were a hunter, maybe if they were a little older, but definitely if they were making honor roll, if they were showing up to school all the time, if they were involved in extracurricular activities, if they were showing a lot of responsibility, maybe. But a 12-year-old for Christmas after everything that he's been showing and displaying, it's odd. And at the same time, the principal had been emailing Colin multiple times about how in the first semester of that 2022-2023 school year, Colt had missed so much school, his absences were in the double digits. But he had been doing so well, so he bought him it for Christmas. Okay, so we get into 2023, still in seventh grade. Colt starts talking to his father about how he's being bullied. He is vocally telling his dad, like, I don't want to go back to school. Things are happening, etc., etc. He's telling his father. His father is in the know about it. March 9th, 2023. Children and youth come to the home. They're monitoring Colt. When they ask him, how is he doing? He doesn't mention any of this. He tells them he's doing great. He tells them he's doing great. Doesn't say my son is struggling. He's missing a ton of school. He doesn't want to go to school. He's mentally like struggling right now. Even though children and youth do know. They know because they have records, and they know because they've been informed through teachers and other places to keep an eye on him. April 12th, 2023, they come back to the home. They tell dad at this point in time, you need to get Colt counseling or therapy. You need to, right? We would all think he would mention this to children and youth. He doesn't. 5 days later, April 17th, his father, Colin, ends up emailing the school about Colt experiencing bullying, going through bullying. So the people who are trying to give you resources and help and are telling you need to put your kid in counseling and therapy, he needs it. You don't tell them anything besides he really likes school. He's doing really good. And then 5 days later, you email the principal about him being bullied. Interesting. On May 5th, they come back again. So this DCFS worker comes back with children and youth. She's like, hey, how's Colt doing? Dad literally tells her he's doing superb in school. Superb. Superb. No issues. Superb in school. Absolutely wonderful. Interesting. She now, at this point in time, on May 5th, tells him you have to put him in therapy immediately because I'm not suggesting it. He needs it. I want you to do it, so do it. Go to the next part. This is where things go all the way down.